Very strong Tidehunter player.
Let's have a look.
5 seconds remaining.
Ice. Esports profile. Here we go. Tidehunter, 97 games, 71% win rate.
That is very good for a competitive gameplay, and RNG are going to respond with the Storm Spirits, are definitely not putting all of their eggs into the Morphling basket, but instead choosing another late game option for themselves. Does feel a little bit greedy. Typically, it does do pretty good versus TA in the middle lane.
I'm a little bit worried for RNG in the sense that these two Fnatic cores and the Ember and the TA can both fight relatively early, and I feel like the Morph and Storm need a little bit more time. So if Fnatic can hit this sweet spot where they get the first Aegis, like they have Meld, they have the Gush available as well, so their Roche taking potential is super good. I'm a little bit worried for their laning stage. I feel like their supports are a little bit weak on Fnatic. The Bane's okay, but again, this IO, I'm yet to be convinced with it still. It's a good hero, but up against this Jakiro and Witch Doctor especially, I think he might have a little bit of a difficult time. I'm interested to see how Fnatic set the lanes up as well. Do they want to go aggro with the Ember, the Bane, and the Wisp, and leave the Tide in a 1v1 against the Centaur? Because I really feel like you don't want to put this Tide against the Morph. I think he's going to have a really difficult time on ice if that happens.
Could Tide go mid versus the Storm? Or has he just got a bit too much range for that?
I feel like you want to just put the TA mid just because he has access to the jungle then as well, especially on like, yeah, I just don't think I see that happening.
Damn it.
I guess you could in theory, right? But it's just not worth it. I think you want to put him up against the Centaur if you can.
Yeah, TA without solo XP is pretty garbage. I will concede that point.
Oh, then again, I was going to say the Tide could just end up skipping the wave bot.
That's true. You can just ignore the heroes, yeah. Alrighty then, let's get into it. Game number 1 between RNG versus FNATIC in this decider match. This is an important one. The loser will be going down to fight off in best of ones. Not where you want to be for the final major of the season. The winner, well, they get to go to the upper bracket, and for both of these teams, that would be huge news for them. A chance to actually qualify for TI is something which both of these teams desperately want.
A FNATIC guaranteed yet?
I don't know. That's probably something we should know.
I'll have a look.
All right.
Well, you start.
I'll enjoy the game. Oh, something's happening. Storm sitting in the trees. It's very exciting.
Oh, come on, man. Don't be like that.
Oh, Monet's all by himself. He hasn't got a teammate nearby, and he's asking for a high five.
That's sad.
Yeah.
All alone.
Does get rejected, unsurprisingly.
I mean, FNATIC are like guaranteed.
Okay.
So they're fine. I couldn't remember. But, so it's, in terms of RNG though, they're kind of like sitting on the outside a little bit here. They need to get some points online if they want to get there. They need a really big finish this tournament if they're going to hope for it.
Meanwhile, looks like bounty runes are going to be even to a piece, but Lanham fighting up with Jabs here. Not really a fight he wants to take, but with Flyby coming in from the side, Jabs could be the one in some trouble if Flyby can have that gap, but he's got 5 stacks in Retaliate. Might want to use it for the extra damage here, but instead decides not to, and Jabs just keeping it going with the Brain Sap right now, but Jakiro, he's got the Dual Breath. Jabs being chased away a little bit. One more right click might actually do the job. He's got the Fairy Fire, though, to keep himself alive, so Jabs will be okay. Wants to come in and keep spamming out this Brain Sap, so he's just going to run straight back into the lane and probably steal some help of Flyby here. No surprises there. Landon coming in once again with the Dual Breath, and it's already a very aggressive start to this top lane as Flyby's getting kind of low here as well. They look over towards Jabs, but Landon doesn't quite have enough for Dual Breath, I don't think, even with a magic stick. Needs just a tiny bit more.
He has no mana regen anymore on Lanham, so not as useful on this Jakiro as he was hoping to be at this point in the game. Like, I feel like when you get level 2, that's the point in this lane where your Jakiro Centaur would be much stronger than the Bane Ember. Not going to have any mana for that point. So they did put the Tide against the Morph. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I feel like this lane is like the Morph secures himself the early game because of the Witch Doctor helping him. And then the Witch Doctor can just rotate around and let the Morph 1v1 the Tide because he has a level advantage. Arthur takes about 100 damage from that tower hit there because of the Gush. That's scary.
not pleasant. Yeah, it's a weird lane. Io and Tide. Not exactly a classic combination.
No, it's not. But at the same time, you know, it's more how they want to play the game overall. Like, they're not. I feel like FNATIC's draft isn't so much set up for the laning stage as it is for like the mid game.
Yeah.
It's 20-minute mark. You get the first rows. You just start running down lanes, playing aggressively, playing the tempo. Whereas I feel like RNG's is a little bit more lane focused.
Yeah,
oh, there's a
start again. This DD is going to help out the TA a lot. She's been struggling in this lane so far, but that does help her. Wow, actually TPing back to the tower. This is extremely greedy, I guess, to make sure she gets these creeps here, but certainly will. Oh, going to miss a range creep though. Turn around for the melee creep, and that's kind of...
Setsu?
Yeah, it's over.
Ooh.
Yeah, didn't manage to get any more Sideblade hits, thankfully, onto the Storm Spirit, so you just kind of hang around in XP range, but doesn't really want to come too close. Look how much damage those Sideblades are doing. Storm just can't come close, pops the salve, and will be trying to get back into this game, but yeah, I bet with a really, really fortunate rune pickup here. There's a lot of pros which complain about that 2-minute DD. Meanwhile, up at the top, yeah, stun out with chains onto Jakiro here. Lanham might be the first one to go down as a Flame Guard will tick him away. MP draws first blood and jabs. Well, he's dropping kind of low to Flyby here, but Flyby can't close the gap, so we'll just come in and throw a bit more harass onto these heroes. He's got the 1 point in Retaliate, the one stack in Retaliate. 6% additional attack damage, easy.
Yeah, man, smack him.
Yeah.
Let him know he's
go bottom lane. Ice is going to be falling on the Tide, and now they look towards DJ as well, but he can make it under tower, so we'll be all right.
And this Morphling's having a really good time down in the spot lane. He's loving life. 18 CS already. But yeah, to be fair, all of Radiant's lane's doing decently. I think the Storm's having the worst time. He's just having that bottle come out online now. Should be fine. Just needs to keep hitting that jungle up.
Yeah, I mean, you say worst time, and it's like 3 CS behind, 4 CS behind, but the fact that he's like so low on health and mana, as he's just kind of forced into the jungle right now, is obviously the big indicator of the issue here. Last
I mean,
hits
the problem
don't
is
tell you everything.
The last hits, like 5 of them are jungle rather than lane creeps, so he is a little bit behind the TA, who has 11 denies. Like, if you look at the XP difference now between them, Abbott's starting to pull ahead.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to see, I don't know, maybe a rotation onto Abed a little bit earlier. Like once he TP'd back to that tier 1 to secure those creeps, maybe try and punish that. You know, if you get a successful gank onto the TA in that position, you just like kill her lane. Like,
yeah, you see Lanham now starting to rotate in. Like they understand that Flyby's fine up here. They can't really do too much on the Ember and the Bane. So I'm just going to start trying to lay
fire. Actually, the Electric Vortex coming out as well. They've got a lot of damage. Abed does not have the Refraction for a pretty long time here. He is going to fall. No, he's got the one charge actually to keep himself alive. Dual Breath comes out from Lanham as well, still trying to chase the bed down under the tier 2 tower, but she's going to turn around. She's still got the Refraction charges as well to fight up versus Lanham. Lanham might be falling here, but no! Finds the damage. Lanham gets the kill and calmly walks himself away on not much HP at all. Jabs immediately coming in. Yeah, nice turning up after your mid's dead. Classic supports. Ooh, some XP.
As a Position 5 player, I feel personally offended. Oh, Lanham on the Jakiro.
Yeah, he's going for more. He's going for DJ this time as DJ forced to jump away from that one with the tether. When he tries to interrupt with the strength blast, but unfortunately it already made the distance.
I feel like if Morph had used the agility one there instead of the strength, they would have killed him.
Yeah, 30 HP. I think you might be right there. I think you would have killed him.
Maybe he just didn't realise that the Maledict was on him at the time. These little things sometimes get lost.
Abed taking some more hits from Setsu here, but he's already used this Electric Vortex to get him down so low. So Setsu really come back into this middle lane, but there's very annoying Io paying a visit to the middle lane and just healing Abed up.
I mean, that death for Abed
Top
was really
lane, Flyby in some trouble, stuck in the trees, getting blocked up. He's now got the double stun to come out and try and get under his tower, and they won't be able to chase any further. Flyby gets himself to safety.
Yeah, that death on the TA in the mid lane before, they really hurt him because he lost 2 waves of XP on the creeps. So now Storm's hit level 6 before, and this is exactly what happens here. Like, he's just going to constantly get bullied out of this lane now.
I was going to draw a little gravestone, but yeah, as you say, action in the mid lane as Jabs comes in. That is my Arcane Rune, thank you very much. The dual breath forwards onto Jabs. They finish him off here? I think they should. There we go, ball lightning in. Now they look towards the TA as well. They're going for the second one. Abed taking a ton of damage right now. Adam coming in to try and attack the tower. DJ helps try to make the save, but it's not quite happening now. Afu, he's taking tower himself, but they will get the kill onto DJ. A nice aggro switching around by all 3 of them here as RNG clean up 3 heroes in the middle lane. FNATIC making huge mistakes.
What an absolute disaster. And Monet also just used a spade in the bot lane and cancelled it before the thing came.
Oh no, well.
I mean, that's the
there's
real...
something going at least in FNATIC's way, but...
Flyby has hit that level 6 now on the center as well. Has the double stout shield that's kept him alive in the lane for so long. Like, he's kind of just existing up here, trading farm up against the Ember, which is, he's more than happy with when he's by himself. This Jakira and Witch Doctor are getting so much done around the mid lane.
And DJ just stacking and stacking and stacking right now for the TA. That's going to be paying off a little bit later on. Meanwhile, Ice, he's in the tree line here. He's going to be seen by our Fu. Immediately putting the Maledict on. Lanham finds him as well. There comes the fire, the flames, the ice as well. Ice being melted down pretty quickly. I don't think he's surviving this one. Malediction is probably going to be enough. Ooh, 20 HP and the right clicks will finish the job. Arfu and Lanham go hunting together, and they come back with a very nice trophy indeed.
More than happy. And again, in the meantime, the Morphling's just free farming. Oh. Can you hear me?
Again, yeah, no, it's not you. It's not you.
I thought it was me.
Yeah, no, we had this last game as well where things kind of just stopped for a minute. As I said, before, it's the Dota Underlord servers. They're we're sharing space here. Need to give them a couple of seconds every now and again.
We were doing some pubcasting yesterday, and do you remember we were talking about whether there would be lag?
Yeah, they kept dropping out of the games.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
It is. Wafu on the run. Ice and DJ slowing him down with the balls, and Ice trying to close the gap as well, but the Stampede actually going to save the Witch Doctor from the wrath of Jabs as he wanted to come in and go for that Nightmare. Wafu does live for the time being, although he is kind of coming pretty close. Dropping down the vision. Wonder if that was seen actually. No, it wouldn't have been.
This level 3 Maledict is so good up against the Tide Hunter though. Like Ice has to be so careful now. That's why you saw the Bane and the IO both rotating down before to try and make something happen.
Yeah.
We need to try and play around this Tide when he gets level 6 though. That's going to be the big one.
Hasted IO. Going on to Arfu here. Arfu could be in some trouble. He's lining up the balls. DJ getting to work here, but he's going to need somebody else here if he's going to finish the job. And I don't think anybody else is coming right now. And Arfu trying to threaten with the paralyzing cast does manage to get it off, and Lanham wants to come in with the dual breath, but unfortunately the very, very fast IO will just run himself away, so no big deal. Meanwhile, on the CS charts, Flyby is ahead, 58-11 right now, having a great time up here in this top lane, just spamming out this Retaliate whenever available, and just kind of getting the lead over the Ember Spirit right now, who's 41-4, so quite significantly behind, but still not having a terrible time, as Flyby sees this huge stack. Yeah, TA comes in for it. Flyby's going to know exactly what's going on, so how much can he steal? That's the question. All he's got is Stomp. He's trying to come in. He might take a couple, gets himself 2, gets himself 3 big creeps. All right, do what you must, because I've already won, but I don't think they've got enough damage. Especially with Lanham here to back them up as well. They're trying to come in. They've got the chains. They're going to settle for the Jakiro, but Flyby's just waiting nearby. 20 seconds till Stampede. That being going to be able to save Lanham here, and the Dragon will fall.
I mean, that's so worth though, because the Tide's rotated away now, which means Monet's going to be absolutely fine. DJ's in trouble on the Wisp now as well. Ooh, close. Uses the stick. Mid lane as well. Ice. Oh, this cast is going to ruin him. Oh, the miss.
He's okay. Yep, up to the high ground with the Malediction. Oh, Storm, he wants to finish the job. The long zip in. And does find the kill onto Ice. Now I look towards Jabs as well. Jabs trying to just play around the tower, trying to get himself a little bit of health, but unfortunately, Storm is on top of him, and he does way too much damage.
Man, this Storm is having such a good... I mean, all 3 cores on the RNG side are having an amazing time. This is... their lanes they're so far in front because of their laning stage. This 5k advantage. We talked about these 2 supports on FNATIC side not really being about the laning stage. It's definitely showing so far. The Centaur's a Vanguard already as well.
Yeah, they're really trying hard for him, but they completely miss it. Flyby pops the Stampede to help himself get away, and the chains will not connect either as a creep wave comes in. Flyby makes an easy getaway. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, they're pushing in hard. This tower will fall to the double damage rune of Storm Spirit, and this is a great start to RNG's game right now. 5k gold advantage, 10 kills in the bank, and they are looking absolutely top dogs.
Is that a Soul Ring Storm I see queued up? What patch is this?
What? Was this ever a thing? Oh yeah, because you used to build into Bloodstones. That's the only reason why.
Oh, good tether away from
DJ. Yeah, IO just sneaking his way out of that one. Maledict won't do anything today. Meanwhile, Arfu, he's just popping the ultimate. He wants to go for the IO, and he tries to get a bit of damage off, but with the Ravage to turn it around, Arfu's actually getting low here, but he's somehow surviving, but finally gets put an end thanks to the Spam Spirit. And now with the from the low ground, they get another one as well. Setsu caught out of position. RNG, they do get beaten back a little bit as FNATIC finally find a way to punish this aggression from them. Top lane, the push is coming in. Monet has the money as he pushes up on this tier 1 at top. Top of net worth chart and about to get even higher. Oh, no, missed the tower.
I mean, their main catch on the Dire side is this grip, and although it's a good reveal for the first one on the Storm, when this morph gets a Lincoln's, Jabs is going to have to be really quick on his fingers with the Enfeeble to cancel the Lincolns before the grip, before Monet manages to get the waveform away. I like this pickup from the center as well. He's got this Crimson Guard queued up. I'm not sure whether he'll go for that or the Blink first, but if he does go Crimson, they can basically just group up on RNG. Just take fights, I think.
Jabs comes in and tries to go for the Nightmare onto Flyby, but immediately finds himself surrounded by 3 heroes, and they all just tear him a new one. Monet, no chill.
Oh, mid as well, Lanham on the Jakiro. In a little bit of trouble.
He's fine. Absolutely no danger whatsoever right now.
Get in with that cask.
Oh no, Abed found the haste rune and jumps up onto the high ground, rips through one of them, but they still get the kill onto DJ, and now with the Stampede, Arfu can start to run away. He's got a paralyzing cast, will be forced to turn around and use it. Might still be dropping here, but if they can get the return kill onto Abed, it might be worth it, but he's too damn fast. Abed runs himself away. What a rune.
Yeah, I think if he'd have got the Malazix off, it would have been okay, but didn't quite have the time, unfortunately, with that Meltic coming through. That is one squishy Witch Doctor. What's this? Oh, this Jakiro is pretty farmed, actually.
He went for it, the madman. He went for the slow ring. Who's this guy?
Who? What?
Who is he?
I mean, we usually just see the Kaya first for the extra mana, and then you just ferry clarities out and stuff, but I mean, I guess if you feel like you want the burst of mana regen in fights, then, you know, Soul Ring is still okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can use it inside Ball Lightning as well, which is pretty cool. You still lose a health from it, though, can't you? Don't you?
Yeah, I like how we're talking about it as if it's like a new revelationary thing, and it's just been, you know,
yeah, a very old thing. Some archaic Dota. Well, let's get a kill onto DJ, so... Definitely great! This Soul Ring is amazing!
Yeah, that was all the Soul Ring. I don't think he even used it, but...
Flyby. Easy jukes. Just gives the whole team the runaround here. They're still looking for him, but they're not going to find him. Flyby just keeps his distance, and all 4 of them cannot close the gap.
Yeah, it feels like FNATIC are kind of... They need to be hitting this window soon where they need to be stronger at this point in the game, but they're already 6,000 gold behind, or 7,000 now.
Yeah, it's getting worse and worse by the minute.
This Morphing almost has Lincoln, Storm almost has Kaya. Like, it's really rare you ever see these two cores both have a good time in the laning stage when they're picked together, but RNG have got away with it this game, and this MP Ember's starting to really fall behind. He's going for this Vessel build because of the Morphling, but he's still about 1,000 gold short.
Greed is good. So what's a comeback condition for FNATIC? I feel like they need to start taking... Oh, don't do that. Don't mess up the meld strikes on creeps. That's not a good omen.
Have we seen a Ravage yet? Like, that needs to be the big thing. They need to take
we saw one
Ravage fight, or
like get a Ravage Witch Doctor.
That's true. Or like get a good grip into a relocate gank off onto one of the cores or something.
Yeah.
Like, they need to try and make things happen. But the problem is RNG are like, they're just splitting the map up. They're just happy to farm on their 2 cores.
No. MP thinks he's going to get this rune. He's not going to get it. No, somebody tell him. Somebody tell him Flyby's going to stun him both.
I think he knows. Oh dear.
Yeah, he just goes early. Dear. He just goes early. They've got the Ice Path. They've got the Macrofire. Abed is just melting to this one. They do finally get the grip up, but Monet is in. They've already found 2 kills right now. FNATIC, you need to get yourselves away from this right now as Monet closes a gap in the form of the Tidehunter. He can clear back if he wants to, but yeah, they just clear themselves out. Meanwhile, cheeky little side kill from the Storm Spirit, just taking advantage of this I's lack of defensiveness, and gets another kill. Pops the ball. Oh dear.
I mean, Ice turned up to that fight with the Ravage and he was like, guys, I'm here, and the TA and the Whisper already dead.
Yep.
So, a little bit unfortunate for them. That could have been like a dream scenario where they could counter-initiate, but there's such a big invis rune from the center.
When you arrive to the party too late and everybody's already passed out, that was the Ice experience right there.
I haven't seen enough taunts from Ice this game. That's the bit I'm really disappointed about.
Yeah, he's been very quiet. Usually we have a lot of chat wheeling. You know, he's got the he's only bronze on Tide actually, so that explains a lot. He's embarrassed.
There's an ATOS on Jakiro now, by the way, as well. So,
Oh, look how perfectly drawn this square is on the minimap. Sorry.
oh, that's so nice.
It was very straight lines. I'm impressed. Yeah,
Arthur's-
Atos on Jakiro, Blink, Vanguard going into the Crimson on Flyby.
Arfu's actually closer to the vessel on the Witch Doctor than the Ember is.
Hmm.
Oh no, he's not. Okay, no, he's not.
Alright,
I'm lying.
Yeah, no, they're very similar though. Very similar.
I feel like that's something you should be worried about if you're a
Yeah, it's a
fanatic.
sign of things are going bad. Oh, Blink in from Flyby. Doesn't find anybody straight away. DJ is close, but with that Glimmer Cape.
Do they have any detection on RNG?
Don't seem to. The way they're
Witch
playing.
Doctor has 2 sentries, but yeah, they need some dust on this storm or something, or the Centaur, so that like they need to be aware of this Glimmer Cape, because if it catches them off guard in the next big team fight, then all of a sudden, if you save your Ember and your TA and they turn the fight around with a Ravage,
Yeah, exactly.
a big worry for RNG.
But, you know, RNG, they're happy to play at this pace right now. They don't feel like they need to be pushing too hard to make any plays, though, Bed. Okay, jumped on by Setsu and Monet, but does manage to get himself the blink away, so the TA will be okay for the time being.
Oh
though.
no, Jabs! He gripped the Lincolns because he didn't click his items.
Oh no, doesn't feel too great.
Oh dear. I mean, that only happens once in a game, right?
Yeah, but
I
it's
think
like
the
the
Lincolns-
ideal situation for the Lincolns are real, isn't it?
Like, he has 2,300 gold on Morph. I'm sure
Refraction.
they could have
morph
seen
is
it at some
strange.
point. It is. It's a bit weird, doesn't it?
Sounds weird.
Is that
too.
your role playing?
No, it's the sound which refraction makes.
Oh, ISS, let's block the camp. This game for Fanatics is like... It feels like everything's going wrong for them. Like, when the MP was up in the top lane on the Ember trying to gank the Centaur before as well.
Yeah, it's just how many tiny mistakes can add up to something very bad indeed. Let's not
RNG
forget,
are
the
playing
TA
very
got a
well,
double
though.
damage rune at 2 minutes. You know, Abed doesn't even have any excuses.
I mean, the bad thing for him was when he died under the tier 1 towers, like 2 creep waves came in, and then he's just a level behind the storm when he was like destroying him before because of the DD rune. It was really well played by Lanham on the Jakiro.
Nice blink away from Flyby. Not sure he was in any danger there anyway, but still just not leaving anything to chance.
Are they going BKBs on the Dire side? Okay, TA's going Deso first, I think. Yeah, the Deso's on the Courier. Ember's just finished the Spirit Vessel, but unfortunately you need to get a kill to have a charge. So MP needs to look to try and get active here.
Yeah, kill seems like a big ask for Fnatic right now, but I believe in them. I'm sure they can pull something off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it feels
Witch
like without
Doctor,
grip...
Jakiro?
Yeah. This Witch Doctor is deceivingly tanky at 1,370 HP. And Jakiro's 1,500.
Why has he got a beanie hat on and sunglasses and a pipe?
He's chilling. It's swag, man. Oh, this is the Roche time. 20 minutes. Here we go.
Yep, I bet he's got this Desolator and the Blink Dagger. He's ready to use it. They actually just see Witch Doctor straight up taking a stroll outside Roshan. He had no idea what was going on there, and he
Right.
gets swiftly assassinated. Now,
There's the vessel charges. Easy. Let's go.
That's it. But they're actually scared now because they know that RNG are aware of this, so they're backing out from Roshan. So Roche will not actually get completed right now.
I think that you still commit for this, right? He's actually gone 4-2-4 on ISIS Tidehunter as well.
Yeah.
Really wants the damage between the Gush and the Meld.
Oh, they found another one around the outside, actually, but Flyby, he's doing a ton of damage to Aya right now. Gonna pop the ultimate and try to finish off the kill, and certainly will be able to do so with the Stampede. Now he's on top of a bed, or is that bed on top of him? Hard to say. Trying to get up onto the higher ground. Flyby just going for a run with the blink up. Stun comes out, but it only gonna buy Flyby
Yes,
a little bit
blink.
more time. Slowly, no, the orbs come in and cancel it with DJ's buyback. Revenge. Now, meanwhile, Monet, he's got in pretty deep here. Monet could be in some trouble. They're trying to get damage in, and they will certainly be able to do so. They does manage to dodge quite a lot of it with their refraction. Now waveform down to the low ground. Meanwhile, Lanham, he's slowed down. He's taking some damage. That is not a place where you can TP. A bed has more than enough range to get you there. A little bit over-exaggerating on the distance there for Lanham.
Not too bad of a fight though for the Radiant side. Obviously they lose a couple of heroes, but as long as you stop them from taking the Roche, that's the most important thing. Like,
Yeah,
you didn't lose
absolutely.
either of your cores. It could have been a lot worse. And he's almost got the Bloodstone on the Storm now as well. Very close. And just goes to pick up the 2 bounty runes now. He's very happy.
Very close to the Bloodstone. In fact, just with these wave of creeps, should have it.
He actually took the static remnant damage instead of the health as well. I guess when you're going Bloodstone, that you're already building mass amounts of HP, so it's not a big deal.
You always want to try and take the static remnant damage. Like every Storm player wants to take the static remnant damage. It just depends whether you can or not. And it obviously feels like this is a game where he can.
Yeah, if you go for like the
Despite
Orchid build, then you usually go for the health. But mid lane, they're going on to DJ.
They
might just be able to go into Roche now themselves. Without the Wisp, like they know he bought back before, so there's no way for him to get back into this game.
55 seconds. A bed though. He's laying a trap. He's gonna have the double anti-armor. If he wants to
they know he's
fly
there.
by here. I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
They're just...
The bed just super patient here. Oh, there we go. Gonna do it. There's a double anti-armor coming in. Has the blink available in 1 second. We're going to jump forward for it, but decides not to do it. As in comes Ember Spirit from the sidelines, trying to jump down, but gets frozen up by Lanham straight up. Now the Asus comes in onto him as well, just holding him back for the time being. They'll get that D-ward. RNG just going straight up onto the high ground here, putting as much pressure as they can. MP! That wasn't a blink. That wasn't a charge they wanted. He needs to get out of this one. Instead, the Remnant is just a complete wrong position. That is MP taking a silly death there on the high ground.
That's really unfortunate for him as well.
Yeah,
I'm really surprised RNG aren't going into Roche here, but I guess they feel like against the Tide Hunter, it's a bit of a risk. He has this Blink Ravage available, so no need to take on these.
Give him an easy Ravage.
Oh, he actually went BKB on Morph before the E-Blade. Okay, interesting.
Very defensive then. Linken's and the BKB is the first two items.
I mean, he hits hard though anyway without any other items. Like, I think they just need to make sure they get through this hardest part of the game, where like FNATIC are the stronger team. But in this like 20 to 25 minute mark, I say they're stronger. They're like 15k net worth behind. But this is the time where FNATIC really need to make things happen. So if RNG can get through this window, they're going to be so much stronger going into the late game anyway.
Maybe we missed a patch where Ravage became a passive ability. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Like a 1% chance of proccing when you attack. Oh,
Line up. There's the Fiend's Grip holding him still, and that should get the job done. But now in comes Setsu, storming in from behind, and immediately on top of the Bane here. There's going to be a return. Oh, never mind. Puts him to sleep. Bane might actually get away from this one. He's running down the back of the team. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit held still by the Rod of Atos. Now by the Flames. He's stuck inside the Macropire, trying to get himself away. Uses the Celeste Fist now over to the Remnant. Meanwhile, Arfu getting low. They'll get them out with the Oh, never mind. Setsu and Arfu. They've got enough damage to finish him off.
And that's the Ravage used by the Tide Hunter now as well. So next 130 seconds, I think RNG are going to realise that they can do whatever they want. So they're going to head into the Roche pit.
Storm did eventually find the kill onto the Bane as well with the Ball Lightning there, in case you're wondering. Unfortunately, we had to step away from that fight, but yeah. Roche now very much an opportunity for RNG. Their patience pays off. They wait for the Ravage. Ravage gets used, and now... Oh, a double damage as well.
As you always get with a Morph when you're outside the Roche pit. Every game. And this Jakiro is so good against the Roche as well. All three of his skills, apart from the ult, obviously very good against the Roche. Slowing attack speed, stalling him out a little bit. And this Atos is coming in so big. Like, between the Atos and then the Ice Path, they have so much lockdown for these two cores. Abed's getting really close to his BKB, but I feel like they can just kite him around on RNG. Like, this Storm and Morph don't really care. If you can pick off this Jakiro in the backline, then yeah, maybe this BKB can do something, but it's not easy.
Abed just killing off the creep waves with all these traps. Super annoying.
Oh, they do get 2 bounty rings on the dire side, so that's something for FNATIC.
Yep, something which is even in this game. It's been a while. Alright, so now 25 minutes in. Still at 15k gold advantage. It hasn't extended over time. Of course, they did get themselves as Aegis, and we're expecting some aggression coming out from RNG very shortly. They feel pretty free to make any move they want on this map right now. Except maybe go for high ground. Which might be
the only thing you have to be worried about is like a grip Ravage fight, but...
Of course.
This Morphling's built so defensive that I don't think it really matters. Like, he's building Manta next as well now instead of the E-Blade. Which I'm surprised about, considering like this TA is all physical damage, like the Tide Hunter's amping this physical damage. Even if you're just saving your core like supports with it, I think it would be fine as well. But he really wants just to have that Manta available to get out of the chains, for example. Just extra split push being available. DJ's desperately trying to finish off this mech here by stacking camps in the jungle. Remember when Wisp was like a really high skill cap hero with the spirits? Do you remember that?
Kind of. Yeah, it used to be in out, didn't it? Now it's a toggle.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
You used to be able to control how the distance, but now it's just
Yeah.
in out. Yeah.
Radiant's
Oh, Storm almost has an Orchid actually. That's a big pickup for him. Like this Wisp and Bane, all of a sudden, these two squishy supports in the backline. All the Storm needs to do is carry a dust, and then like they're both just in trouble. And how do you protect them as your cores? Like you have to Ravage just to save them.
Yeah, and we've already established that's not how they can use Ravage in this game. Like, if they want to win fights, they need to have big Ravages. Honestly, I feel like it's almost a case of, like, FNATIC just waiting down the clock, seeing if RNG make any mistakes, and trying to drag things out as long as possible, because they don't feel like they can fight, and I'm fairly sure they don't win in the late game anyway. Alright, for the time being, yeah, Setsu, he's got, like, lots of vision on this remnant here. Let's hope that Ember Spirit doesn't make a mistake.
Oh, MP.
Coming
There's
back
an Orchid
in.
on Setsu.
Coming back in, he's got the Orchid, but doesn't actually use it. I could have sworn he could see him for quite a while there, but he's jumping forwards. Wants to make reparations for his mistake, but MP's right by the shrine now. It's a really bad idea to go on him currently.
Setsu has Aegis and an Arcane Rune.
That's
Like,
true.
he just
doesn't
care.
care. He's running in. Okay.
Like, you're going to be able to zip away again before the Ravage comes out, unless the Tide has vision on you before.
Even if he does Ravage you, like, you've just ravaged an Aegis target. I think he's absolutely fine with that.
True. But, like, if he gets hit by chains, for example, like, he doesn't know who's behind the Ember at the moment. I should be a little bit careful.
Oh, TA just in the river right now, popping some traps, getting some farm.
I like this ward next to the Dire big camp on the top side of the jungle, though. It's really difficult to find a D-ward if you're the Dire side. It doesn't give too much vision, but it gives enough that you know it's probably not going to get D-warded either. Like, you can see this Tide Hunter walking in. Yeah, like, they're pinging him now.
Yeah, if they get themselves a kill with this ward, then it's already paid itself off. A nice. Well, Hero's coming in, blink in, stun. Now comes in the Storm Spirit, zipping forward here. They're drawing onto Ice. Electric Vortex used just after the Cracking Shell procs. But there comes a TP out from DJ. Might bring him back for the Ravage.
Ice is TPing.
Oh,
He's not. He doesn't want to wait
he's
for that.
immediately spotted. They go straight over to the Ember Spirit and try and bring him down. But he's managed to get the jump away, and now they just focus on the Io. Trying to get himself away, but cancelled out by the Electric Vortex. Setsu finds him. That wouldn't have happened if Hachiko.
Ooh.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Arved's just patiently farming on the other side of the map, by the way. He's managed to farm a BKB and almost an Orchid. I think he could get the gold, but he wants his buyback.
Yeah, understandable, really.
Radiant's bottom
Jabs
tower
limping
is
back
under
to the Fountains. RNG take to the high ground right now. FNATIC don't know what to do with themselves. They still have this Ravage, but what good is a Ravage if you just not got the damage, the resources to follow it up with? And he just runs to the front lines now, manages to bait out a BKB from Monet, but I mean, Monet can just finish off this tower and get themselves away. I think that was just about fine, but let's see if they're going to get anything done here, running forwards on the Tide Hunter.
It's a risky jump forward for MP.
Yeah, he's going for it here. Absolute madman. Jumping in close as
They're
the lone
TPing
sword.
out,
Like, gosh, they're going for this one. Yule's going to be used onto both of them here. Arfu, positioned behind in a pretty good position right now, but actually gets seen by Arbed and Jab, so Arfu will be the first casualty of this fight so far. Meanwhile, Storm comes jumping forwards, just playing around with them right now.
Flyby's okay, though.
Yeah, this guy's so tanky that I'm not sure they can do this.
If he gets out, this is completely worth it. It's going to be close, though.
Okay, there's the grip. There's the grip. Jab says no more funny business. We're going to take you down, and they'll get themselves down to room that's hanging out there as well. TP's to the bottom lane. Morphling going to collect the 2 TP. Oh, maybe might only get 1. Let's see.
That was nice by Setsu, though. He just pushed out the top lane so that after they win that fight on FNATIC, they can't take it into an objective. Like, the Roche isn't up. Yeah, maybe they get the tier 1, but it was already low anyway. You kind of accept that's going to go down.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
No more to be had for FNATIC. I'm really surprised he hasn't gone for an E-Blade on this morph, though. I feel like with the advantage that they had, they could have just snowballed out of control with this Storm and an E-Blade morph. Like, they can't really kill him.
Yeah, it does feel hyper defensive from him with the Manta and the BKB. Like, I kind of understand it, but I don't know.
I understand
over the top, and yeah, I feel like you're right. They could have ended if they had a more aggressive build on the morph.
I understand the Lincoln's BKB, but the Manta as well seems a little bit over the top.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in a way, it's kind of core now because of the Spirit Vessel shenanigans. If you don't have a Persian on your team, then you need a way to get rid of it. But with a BKB as well, I don't know.
I just feel like I guess it's the Storm's job to blow up the squishy supports though anyway. Like, the Morph isn't technically in charge of it that much as in comparison to other games where it might be. Storm's always got a BKB, those Centaurs working towards one as well. I feel like that's going to be the big point for RNG. I also just feel like they're giving FNATIC a little bit too much respect though.
Yeah,
like, you're allowing Arbed to just farm a lot more than I feel like they should be.
Yeah, and he's going for this Bloodthorn, which is going to give him some serious pick-up potential on any hero.
All it takes is a Ravage, and then, like, before the BKB comes off on the Morph, they can just Bloodthorn him and bring him down quickly.
Exactly.
So there's the BKB on the Storm, though.
Alright, so... Ooh,
He's
smoke up.
building a Link into Nyx as well.
Goodness. Yeah, they've
Double damage.
really paying their respects right now as Monet just leading the charge up into the high ground here. Tide, he's got a double damage rune, not that scary. They scan out here, so they know that they're coming up onto this high ground. Monet, his smoke is going to get popped, and Jabs will be the sacrificial lamb here as he just dies immediately. Now looking for more. They're actually in a really bad position, but FNATIC, they want to fight this one. The Ice goes in, doesn't want to pop the Ravage right now as they jump in straight onto the backlines, onto Jabs here. Ravage just ripped through, but the BKB on the Storm going to save him from it. They'll be able to take down Flyby, but the Shrine is healing them up, but they just jump in and bring down Jabs all the same. Monet has gone deep here. He's taking the spirit off the Ember as well as they place this one around, and look at that paralyzing cast bouncing through, but it's Arbed who's coming out big as he brings down Arfu. Now finding up, but DJ's going to get dropped. Arbed still trying to do the damage right now, but can't find a target. Monet is on the run with Setsu right now, though they've lost 3 of their teammates right now. FNATIC might actually be able to turn this one, but do they have to catch? It's going to have to be MP right now. He's got the Remnant in 1 second. Tide held still. Monet on the run. I don't think they catch any more from this as the Storm is well and truly out of here as well. The Morphling going to be able to get themselves out, but still a 1 fight for FNATIC. They choose to fight in a really greedy... I mean, imagine waiting this long, Mo. Waiting this long into the game and not taking fights, not forcing issues, and then finally you just go, okay, yeah, we want to take a fight now, and you just take it at any cost, even if it means fighting under their shrine, which against an IO seems absolutely crazy. I don't know about that.
In an area that you don't have vision as well either. It seems pretty crazy to me. Oh, Storm, bot lane. Jesus. That was so cool. I think he got down to about 500 HP, and like one more hit from the TA probably would have killed him because it was the Bloodthorn on him too.
We didn't see it, so could you stop talking about it, please? Just say it was
Okay,
really
sorry.
boring.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Yeah, he was full HP.
No
Nothing
chance.
happened.
Easy. Alright, Monet. He's going to be able to finish off his Ayascadi now, but that will mean that he doesn't quite have his buyback, but doesn't care. Don't really think they're in that dire of a situation yet where you need to start worrying about buyback. Roshan's going to respawn in absolutely 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and Roche is back.
I'd really like to see this Jakiro start building towards a Hex. And I know it doesn't feel like he's got the gold for it at the moment, but eventually he's going to get this level 20 with the GPM talent. And then this Hex is going to be so key up against the TA and the Ember. He's got this Greaves queued up, which is going to be nice. But I don't feel like it's necessary.
Have you ever seen the minus 60 liquid fire attack speed, though?
It is. It's pretty good. But like, there's BKBs
really
coming out. So
yeah. I saw it versus a Wraith King. And like, Wraith King skeletons do absolutely nothing when you liquid fire them. It's literally like they attack like once every 5 seconds or something crazy.
I don't know. He has the 300 attack range talent as well, actually, though. So maybe... But the GPM talent's just too good. Like, it helps you scale so well.
Especially, like, maybe it's like a 3 position or something. You go for a Wolf Lion getting jumped on once again. They're going for the Sentinel, but he gets to get the Stampede off as well as a Crimson Guard. Flyby is not going down, but there comes a Ravage to feel his fate. But Ice is dead as well. FNATIC jumped on and killed off with the BKBs. They're diving deep. They found Jabs this time as well. And that's going to be another kill in the basket of RNG. That one did not quite go as well for FNATIC right now. You have to get these Ravages off before the BKBs come through.
Unfortunately, you just got Chainstone though on the Tide, and
yeah.
Although he has the Solar Crest and the Pipe, it's still not enough to keep him alive, especially with the good follow-up Ice Bath from the Jakiro, who now has the gem because the Storm doesn't want to hold it anymore because of the Aegis.
Well, Roshan will be going down, and this is going to be a tasty cheese along with it as well.
I do find it interesting, this Morphling item build though. Like, it's just raw right-click build rather than like any kind of butterfly or E-blade, or he's just more worried about surviving the initial burst from the Ember and the TA, and on top of like a Ravage, which is not a bad thing necessarily. It's just different to how I saw him playing the game in the first place. And I guess when you have the waveform attack talent, Having the just raw right click damage is always nice.
Alright, so DJ needs to kind of slowly back himself away here. I like the way he's bringing the balls in nice and close to himself to make sure that they're not spotted out by the morph. Meanwhile, Storm Spirit going for a TP back to base, making the crazy plays.
Dire's bottom shrine.
This Ember almost has Ags though. I think he's just picking up the gold now. So we've seen this once today already from mid one. I mean, it's so annoying to deal with. They have decent catch on the Radiant side. Like they've got the Storm, the Centaur, the Jakiro with an Atos as well. But it's a 4,500 cast range Fire Remnant. I mean, why is that a thing?
Top lane, DJ could be in some trouble. Setsu's on top of him and he's going to find that kill, hunting Io wherever he may go. And that was a relocate to push out this wave here, because he's actually got this Aghanims on the Wisp. But his greed gets him killed.
Yeah, you've got to be so careful when you're showing alone in a lane against a Storm and a Morphling.
Oh yeah.
It's not a fun thing to do as a support. Oh, mid lane.
So some TA fights going on as Monet's up onto the high ground and jumping forwards onto Ice, forcing him back.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
You can't meld and then turn into no, because Morph would break the meld. Ice again, just trying to bait out with the Ravage here, but it's not quite happening as they jump on top. He wants to try and get these BKBs, and he actually gets wrong. Well, they want to fight, but there's so many of these remnants here at mid that they gotta wait for those to run out, otherwise they just can't really do much. But now they're gone, maybe they can go on this. But this is a BKB used from the Storm Spirits. He has to play really far back until he sees his Ravage now. But Monet is just taking the rack.
The deny.
But good deny. Very big.
I mean, I felt like they were just trying to bait the Ravage out. But, oh, they tried to get the Ember, but quick fingers from MP.
Yep, get himself away safely.
Axe on the IO as well. I mean, this does so much damage with the level 15 talent. We were talking about this yesterday as well. It's a huge amount. Like, it takes you by surprise the first time you see it. But I just worry that DJ's not going to be able to get any kind of damage off. So, I guess it makes it tankier as well, which is nice. Yeah?
Yeah. We'll see what he can do. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried.
Daedalus on the Morph. Interesting.
Yeah, just wants to be able to break through this Tidehunter's defenses, I feel.
It's the raw damage, isn't it? We don't see this build very often. Oh, Jakiro mid on the Ember. Or he uses himself straight away after.
Yeah, it's quite nice, kind of find the space he needs. But it does mean that he can't get rid of the Spirit Vessel, but I'm not sure he's too bothered by that. Not entirely sure why he'd Spirit Vessel the Ember anyway.
Jakiro still has the Greaves queued up, which I'm surprised about. Obviously, it gives you more armor, which is nice up against the TA, you know, trying to burst you in the back line. But
yeah, and I think the aura is pretty.
Oh, yes, nullifier. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
He's got the nullifier?
TA.
Ooh.
It's the Doom build.
It's the Doom build indeed, yeah. This gives you the insane ability to basically lock somebody down. No matter what items they use, no mantas today.
No mantas, no BKBs.
Nope, no glibber capes, unless someone else does it to you.
But they do have an Aegis. So Monet doesn't have to be too scared about hitting this tower.
Not for long.
Only a little bit.
45 seconds left, but yeah, they are just going from tower to tower as they jump in deep, going for Ice once again. They're trying to use the Desolator damage to bring him down. The two big ABs popped as well. Can they bring down Ice? He's getting super low here. They will be able to finish him off.
Buyback.
He does buy back into this one, and
the
now
backline as
RNG,
well.
they need to get out of this one. They're trying to hold still MP, but MP's buying space for his team as in comes that Ravage, landing onto two. It's just the supports, but they will take them down all the same. Monet respawns, trying to fight into this one. Flyby dropping low, but now turning it around. A bed's dropping low. Monet's ripping through him. Look at the damage coming out for this Morphling right now. He tears through one, now he looks towards the other. This is the Ember Spirit also gone as well. He tears through these cores like they're supports. The Adaptive Strike multi-shot coming out as Monet is just going to town. Flyby hold down jabs. That's going to get them another. The Side Fizz coming through from Monet in the Ember Spirit form. He's just doing so much damage. DJ TPs himself away. Ice does not get bought with him, but he's okay to sit on the front lines for now. They're kind of holding, but Monet is just an unstoppable train coming up onto the high ground into Fnatic space. The waveform through a relocate again from the IO, bring them back to the other side of the fight as they rip around the back. Monet still fighting with the Tide right now, and Ice is eventually going to go down here, but God, it takes a long time. Meanwhile, DJ's actually grabbing himself, killing the back lines. Yeah, DJ is going to town, but eventually he will get killed. DJ dies, Setsu gets the kill, They're still going to try and defend this one, but I don't know how. I mean, Io buys back. This is an Io versus Setsu and Monet. Let's find out how good this Aghanims is.
He's got this. It's fine. Don't worry.
They go into, I mean, pings it once. He hits it once, but yeah, they decide to go for the top racks instead, realizing that it's probably not over quite yet. Still a bit of Dota to be played just yet.
Dire's top barracks
Unfortunately for him, Storm has a gem. Otherwise, he could, you know, possibly mess around a little bit. But
is under attack.
Shakira buys BOTs. He's like, I don't need these grooves anymore.
Yep.
Let's just end this game.
yeah. This game. We're pretty good in that fight. Let's just sort this one out. Bottom tower, it's fallen pretty quickly, you could say. The mega creeps, they coming. Hold on. Buyback comes in from the Centaur as well, but he's got a long way to go, but he just gives him the Stampede. They're now going for the tier 4s. TA is back. It can be a 3-man defense, or they can wait 10 seconds for the 4-man defense, but I don't think that's an option, really. I'm not sure they do. Morphling, he's going for it. He transforms into the TR. Oh my god, Setsu just disappears. What? They were not really ready for that one. Monet just fighting up into Abed right now. Abed, though, he does not survive. And that's the GG coming out. They realize that this Morphling, he's just too damn girthy. There is nothing to be done as FNATIC. They're going to get their macaroni fried. And there's going to be the end of FNATIC in game number 1 as RNG take the early lead in this best of 3 series.
Yeah, that's well played by RNG. You know, very patient. A lot of the